Okay, so this little bit of video here is just for people who had to make their dough when we did the baking class at Beit Shalom, and had to kind of make, take and bake. So I'm going to show you what to do now with it, and it's very simple, so bear with me. So I hope you can see. I'm just going to move over here. Okay, so you're going to roll out your dough into a kind of it's about an arm's length long, very thick sausage. Okay, so you have it, you know, from your fingertip to your elbow. Okay, now you can do this. Let me get down on the floor. You can do this in as many ways, in as many pieces as you like. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do a 5 braid for you. But you can do as many as you want. You can do 3, which is a lot of people do 3s because it's easy. Or you can do 4, 5, 6, 7. You can go on. But I'll just do it here with you like this. Okay. So now you're going to roll them again into the same length that they were before, to your fingertips, to your elbow, like that. So just roll out the pieces, and when you've done that, I'll come back. Okay, so here are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 braids, and pieces for braiding, and I'm going to show you what to do now. So you simply just join these up at the top here into one pinch. There we go. Have it looking like something from a science fiction movie. And then I'm going to show you how to braid. I'm going to just change camera positions for that. Okay, so you're going to take your first braid, and you're going to just take it and you're just going to put it over that first one. So you're going to go over, and now you're going to go under, and then you're going to go over, then you're going to go under. Now there are many different ways that you can do the braids. Sometimes people go over 1, under 2, and then over 1 like that. It's entirely up to you. Okay, I just like to keep it nice and easy if you're a beginner. So pretty much if you've had children, girls, and you've braided their hair, or you braided your own hair when you were young, or you have nephews and nieces, etc. Pretty much simple braid is all you have to do. But if not, just follow this. Okay. And go over, under, over, under. And try and keep everything together nice and tight. Normally I would have a wider area, but I'm doing it here today. So over, under, over, and under. Pick up your next strand, so you can go over, under, over, and under. And then you go over, under, over, and under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And then here you can just see this is kind of, you know, just like the. So just tuck that in. You know, the nice thing, let me just say it this way. When you make the bread and you're making the strands, you realise that not everything in life is perfect, and there are so many different symbols within the bread itself. I mean, we know that Yeshua is the bread of life, but also it's, you know, you have the sugar in here, which is you know, the sweetness of God's love for us. You know, you have the braid where, you know, I tend to think about people being grafted in, etc. But one of the things that I really love is this, that, look, I've got a big bit here, I've got a little bit here, you know, I've got a big blob over here, and it's, nothing is going to be perfect. But God's love is. And I think it's so nice just to be able to put this together and just, you look at it and you remember that, you know, you're not perfect, you're never going to be perfect. You should try to be perfect, absolutely, but you know, we fail every day, don't we? Let's face it. But God's love is perfect, and that's all we need to worry about. So now you can take this, okay, and you can squish it up. It's quite malleable, and it should be quite sturdy. So let me go here, so you can kind of you know, make sure you want to get that swooshed up, mushed up kind of shape. And then what we're going to do, I have prepared a baking tray here. Now, you can bake it on whatever you have. You can bake it on whatever you have at home. I have noticed that whenever I bake on anything dark, like you know, you've got cookie sheets and things at home, sometimes the bottom of the bread will become burnt. And I mean, if that happens to you, you can just carve it off and still eat it. But I googled it, and I learned that it was the kind of baking tray that I was using. So there are a few different steps here that you can do. One of them is to use, so, you know, a shiny kind of one like this, stainless steel one. And you also want to create some air. It's kind of strange and difficult to explain, but because it's not going to be much air. But if you use some parchment paper and some cornmeal, and you can even put some cornmeal underneath the parchment paper too, and that will kind of create a just a little air pocket, so to speak. Okay, so you're going to go, now look, you can see it's not the perfect shape, okay. You know, this is not going to be a New York perfect shaped bakery one. But that's just the way it is. That's Challah, and that's how you know that that it's real. It's been made by a real person. Alternatively, if you are really picky, you can go and onto Amazon, and you can buy these pretty cool challah, silicone challah baking molds, and you can just stick your dough in there and it will shape it for you, and then you can let it rise. But you know, so we're going to put this in a warm place. Now, don't put it in too warm of a place, because this will start to get hard, and it will actually start to kind of even cook a little bit, and things will start to go wrong. But you just want it in a draft-free place. You can cover it with a tea towel. No, what do you call them? Dishcloths. And or you can you know, put some cling wrap over it. If you're going to use a dishcloth, I recommend that you put some parchment on top, because the dough may stick to your dishcloth, and that will be annoying. So you're going to put it, and you're going to let it rise for between 40 minutes and an hour. Just for time today, I'm just going to do 40 minutes. And because it's been a long carrot picking day for me. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to decorate it. If you don't want to watch that part of the video where I decorate it, you can just brush it with some egg wash. So just crack an egg, and you can just use that straight away, just to, you know, use a brush and paint over it. Here is my brush. Yeah. here, so just, you know, paint over it. Some people don't like sesame seeds or any kind of poppy seeds or whatever, so I understand that completely. But if you have an egg allergy, you can just use a little bit of milk. I'm actually going to have to use milk today myself because my hens didn't give me any eggs. And then yes, so if you don't want to stick around for the second part of the video, you can just basically brush it with either egg wash or your milk, and you can put it in the oven on about 350 degrees and for about 40 minutes. Now, just check, just check. I'm going to try and edit this out. Just check halfway through baking, because what might happen is it might start to get really kind of very, very brown on top, and that will be a shame. So what you can do, I'm so sorry, what you can do is you can actually take some foil. If when it gets to your level of darkness that you like, and we're all different, but when it gets to your level of darkness, then just put a little foil tent over it and continue to cook it. And you want it to get to an internal temperature of 100 and minimum 190. I normally go for about 200, or you can sort of turn it over and tap the bottom of it and see whether it's sounding hollow, and then it's done. But generally it's about 40 minutes. And as I said, after about 15-20 minutes, take a look at it and cover it with some foil if it's getting too dark. Okay, if you have any questions, I am available, and you can just you can contact me on just email me 1234simone@live.com, and I'll answer your questions. But it's pretty simple, and there's lots of different lots of help out there on YouTube, which is probably a lot better explained than me. Okay, so I'll be back shortly to show you how to decorate it, and yeah, thanks for listening. Okay, bye. I just forgot to mention that if you're making this challah for Shabbat, and you know, mainly this is just going to apply to you if you are, you know, keeping the law, then there is a commandment that, you know, it does go back to temple times, but we do a lot of things that occur in temple times. We can still do them now. That's a different subject altogether. But one of the things that you do is you separate the first of your dough, and you say a little blessing, and it goes a little something like this: Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahafrish challah. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us by his commandments and told us to separate the dough from the batch. This is the dough from the batch. Okay, again, entirely up to you what you do. I think it's a nice thing to still do, even though originally this was taken and given to the Kohanim. We take this and we burn it, and it's just remembering that in everything God comes first. End of. Okay, so that has been in the oven, not cooking, it's been rising in a cold oven for 40 minutes. So now I'm going to flick my camera, and you're going to, now we're going to do the next part. Now, as I said, I don't have any egg whites or any eggs, so I'm just going to use some milk, and I'm just going to brush that over my loaf. Now, you would normally use either egg whites or a beaten egg, or an egg yolk mixed with some water. And so you just basically cover cover your loaf like so. Making sure that you get into all of the cracks and the nooks and crannies. Okay, and then you're going to take your finger, your thumb, you're going to dip it into the egg, you're going to dip it into your sesame seeds if you're using them, and then you're going to take it and place a dot, and you can put another one, leave a gap, and then you can put that over there, and then so on and so forth until you have made a suitable pattern to your liking. And remember, there is no hard and fast rule for this. I just do it this way because I like it, but you do you, and you do whatever you like. And I'll probably put that one there. And now I'm going to just clean off my fingers for a moment. Oh, I got milk all along there. And I'm going to now do the same. I've got some black sesame seeds here. And yeah, the same thing. So I'm going to take it and go there. And then I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to go over here. And I'll go, excuse my shaking camera, I'm going to go over there. And then now I'll go in here for that one. And I'll go in here for this one. And we'll just finish up. Over there. And we will do final one here. Okay, really bad camera work. I do apologise. And oops, whoopsie daisies. Okay, so you're now going to take this and you're going to pop it in your oven, and we'll just follow all the instructions that I gave earlier on about, you know, putting the foil over the top if it's getting too brown, and we will bring it out and have a look at it in a minute. So here we are. The challah is out of the oven and it is ready to be sliced and eaten, and let me try and show you how it looks. I did end up spraying it with some olive oil cooking spray. This all could have been solved if I had actually had some eggs. So eggs is the best, but the milk was kind of, it was not making it brown properly, so I just did it with some olive oil. But if you're making this, do be more organised than I was. Okay, so we're going to slice it and we're going to give it a taste test. Okay, I'm going to give it a little slice. Get over here. Looking good. And I've got some butter, and I have some little plug for somebody, Staten Island honey. So honey made from the bees flying around Staten Island. Healthy. D's Bees 718-727-3761. It's really good. So thank you, Patricia, for my gift. Put some honey on here. And I wish we had taste-o-vision. So good. Thank you very much for watching. And don't forget, any questions, you can contact me. And all right, bon appetit.